It's Britzelman 945 here. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to a new idea suggested by a comment of mine, which I think is going to turn into a new tier list series. Uh, Despite how many I already have going. Um, and this idea is that I'm going to be ranking uh Pokemon as pets. Um, I know at the very least I'm going to do through Gen 6 for this. Um, Beyond Gen 6, I don't know. Only because when I was younger, I stopped following Pokemon after Gen 6, and therefore I know some Gen 7 Pokemon, but not a lot. And I barely know anything from Gen 8 or Gen 9, so I don't know if I would be willing to um put in the effort to um look up details about that, but at the very least I'm definitely doing the first six gens of Pokemon, and we are, of course, starting with the original 151 Gen 1 Pokemon here. Um, I actually haven't, I probably should have done this before I started recording the video, but whatever. We're gonna decide what the tier names are right here and now. So, let's see. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Ugh. Huh. What should this tier be? Be hmm. Um, no. How about like must own pet? Um, great companion. Um, fun to have around. That's kind of like the middle tier. Uh, would make for a bad pet. And then we're gonna add another row below, which is going to be dark purple, and we're going to say probably kills me. Okay. So, um, okay, so starting off with Bulbasaur, I think Bulbasaur is cute and generally like pretty well tempered. I think he would be a great companion. Ivysaur, I think less so but still fun, and I think Ivysaur might cause more problems than it's worth. Um Uh, Charmander would be fun to have around. Charmeleon, if he's anything like in the anime, like shares the same personality, would make for a bad pet. Um, and same thing with Charizard. Um, Squirtle, I think Squirtle would be. I think actually Squirtle would be a great companion. I think War Turtle would be fun to have around, and then similar thing with Blastoise to Venusaur. Um, Caterpie. I mean, Caterpie's fucking adorable. Why would you not want Caterpie? Metapod. I mean, Metapod's. Eh, Metapod is. I don't know. Metapod by himself is just kind of boring, but Butterfree is like must own pet to me. Because Butterfree is just awesome. Butterfree is definitely one of my favorite Pokemon of this original 151. Weedle, I think, cool, but causes more problems than it's worth. Um, Kakuna and Beedrill are just in bad pet territory to me. Um, uh, Pidgey, I honestly think Pidgey would be a great companion, and I think so would Pidgeotto, and then Pidgeot is honestly like a must-own pet. Um, uh, Rattata, bad pet, but both of these are bad pet. I don't remember the evolution's name, but both of those are bad pets. Nero, yeah, I think I'm settling on that. Arbok might be fun to have around. I mean Ecans, sorry. Uh, Arbok? Arbok is like a big ass snake. I don't know about that one. Obviously Pikachu must own pet. Um, and then Raichu I think would also make for a great companion. Sandshrew would be fun to have around because he's cute. His evolution, probably there. Uh, Nidoran. Wait. Uh, I think one of these is Nidoran. I don't know what the female is, and I don't know the name of either middle evolution. I think all six of these are probably in the same spot for me. Like, it's cool looking, especially Nido King and Nido Queen. Both of them are very cool looking Pokemon, but I just don't think that they are very practical. Clefairy, I think would be. I think both Clefairy and Clefable would be fun to have around. Vulpix would be a great companion, and Ninetales is a must-own pet in my opinion. Um, Jigglypuff would make for a terrible pet because of its awful attitude. Um, Wigglytuff, I think, is a bit better. I think Wigglytuff would be fun to have around. Oh my God, Zubat? Ugh, no, no, absolutely not. Both these are terrible. Um, Oddish might be fun to have around, but I think that both of these things would just make for bad pets. Um, Paris, cool, I guess. I think both of them are probably there, along with both of these ones, Venomat and its evolution too. Um, Diglett, I think would be cute to have around. Honestly, probably the same thing with Dugtrio. Meowth must own pet as far as I'm concerned, and Persian is also still a great companion. Psyduck is cool, but the definition of causing unwanted problems, in my opinion, because he is just a complete idiot of a Pokemon who like would just not fit in well. Um Golduck, I think Golduck would be fun to have around. He's pretty cool. Mankey and Primeape, I think both of those would make for bad pets. Um Arcanine, and what is this one called? Growlithe, yes, Growlithe, that's it. Growlithe, honestly, like, I mean, I think both of these are must-own pets as far as I'm concerned because I think they're both just like great dog Pokemon. Let's see. Poliwar, no, Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and I don't remember the third one. Um, Poliwag, and I think both of these would be. I mean, honestly, like I don't really see any personality issues with any of these three. I think they'd all be fun to have around, to be honest. Um, I think honestly, Abra, Kadabra, and Abracadabra. I think all of these would be very fun to have around. Um, uh, Champ, and what is the first one called? My something. I don't remember. I honestly think I honestly think all three of these would really make for great companions. Because they're just like really cool, like strong, muscly Pokemon. Um, let's see. Bellsprout? Fun to have around, I guess. But that might cause more problems than it's worth. And Victory Bell definitely making for a bad pet. Um, Tentacool, bad pet, and Tentacruel is probably wanting to kill me, I think. Geodude would be awesome. I love Geodude. In fact, I think that he's actually the best of his evolution one. Like, Graveler is cool, but would not be worth the amount of problems he causes, and I think Breloom would just make for a bad pet. Um, I think Ponyta and Rapidash are both must-own pets because they're just epic horse Pokemon. Um, uh, Slowpoke, um, cool, but I think both of these are like cool, but might cause more problems than it's worth. Um, Magnetite. Hmm. I think Magnetite would be fun. I think both of these probably like fun to have around. Farfetch'd, I think same thing. Uh, Doduo and Dodrio. I think both of those are probably like cool, but would cause too many problems. Uh, Sealy and Dugong, I think these are called. I think both of these would be fun to have around because they're cute seal Pokemon. I do not want Muck or Grimer as pets. These things are disgusting. Um, Clamder? Clounder? Something like that. And Shelvon, I think he's cool, but Shelvon would be a bad pet. Um, and I'm gonna be honest, all three of these guys are like haunted Pokemon. I think that they're all probably trying to kill me. Uh, Onyx? I think Onyx would just make for a bad pet because he's so big. Like, he's such a massive Pokemon that having him as a pet would just be unrealistic, I feel. Um uh Drowsy and Hypno, I think the other one is named. I think both of these would make for bad pets because I don't want my Pokemon trying to hypnotize me. Um I don't remember the name of the crab Pokemon. Cool, but would cause problems. I think that's probably the case for both of these, to be honest. Uh, Voltorb and Electrode definitely would accidentally kill me because they're both exploding orbs. Um, um, Executor, I think this one is called, unless that's his evolution. Um, I wouldn't want a thing of I wouldn't want either of these as a pet. There's like weird egg things. Um, Cubone I think would be fun to have around. Same thing with Marowak. Um, Hitmonlee, a bit too aggressive for my tastes, and I think Hitmonchan would be cool, but maybe too much trouble. Lickitung, no. Coughing and wheezing definitely have the potential to kill me. Um, uh, Rhydon and is that Rhyperior? I don't remember what the male evolution is called. I think both of these are like cool, but more trouble than it's worth. Chansey would be fun to have around, I think. I don't remember what this is called, but I don't know. I think it would make for a bad pet. Kangaskhan. I think Kangaskhan would be fun to have around because he's cool looking. Um, I mean, I think the seahorse makes for a great companion. I think his evolution probably still fun to have around. Goldeen. I mean, like both of these are top tier, like must own pets as far as I'm concerned because they're just great fish Pokemon. And Staryu and Starmie as well are must-own pets in my opinion because they're just awesome looking starfish Pokemon. Mr. Mime, absolutely not. And Mr. Mime and Jinx are genuinely probably my two least favorite Pokemon of all time. Um, Terrible. Absolutely not. Never wanting those pieces of shit as pets. Scyther I think is cool, but and same thing with Electabuzz and Magmar. I think they're probably more trouble than it's worth. Same thing with Pinsir, uh, Chorus. Magikarp would only make for a bad pet because it's so dumb. And Gyarados, for similar reasons to Onyx here, I think just too big of a Pokemon. Um, Lapras, I think, is a must-own pet because Lapras is just an awesome Pokemon that does like so much cool transportation. Um, and then Ditto and Eevee are also must-own Pokemon, along with every every evolution. Um, has a very strong Eevee is very close to my top 10 Pokemon just because I think the idea of Eevee evolving into all these different forms based on the different types is just so cool. Um, Porygon is cool, but probably causes more problems than it's worth. Um, Omastar and I don't remember what the first evolution is. I think fun to have around and more trouble than it's worth. So we have Kabuto, which is Well, I guess, and then Kabutops is not a good pet. Um, Aerodactyl also not a good pet either. Um, Snorlax, honestly, Snorlax would be a great companion. And I think Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos are well legendary Pokemon, but they just would make. In fact, honestly, like I think the chance is higher that a legendary Pokemon would probably just want to kill me. Um, uh, so we have Dratini, who I honestly think would make for a great companion. And same thing with Dragonair, probably. Dragonite, though, might be more trouble than it's worth. Um, Mewtwo, uh, hmm. See, Mewtwo is, hmm, mm, I don't know. I guess probably like because Mewtwo is objectively really cool, but is definitely not worth the problems. However, Mew would be a great companion, I think. And yeah, that wraps out the list. If I had to pick one Pokemon out of these top tiers here that I would want as a pet above anything else, I think I would probably pick Eevee. Um, for the reasoning I gave earlier. Um, and if I had to pick a least favorite option out of these, I think it would probably be Tentacool. Or maybe like Poffiger Weezing. But yeah, it's gonna do it for this video. Uh, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what Pokemon you would most like to have as a pet from any generation. Doesn't just have to be Gen 1 like in this video. Um, and I will see you later. Bye bye.